The matchups are great, like you guys talked about. Danny Morangi facing his old team, like he built that house at Bosco too. You know what I'm saying? Chuck Granatel's line, usually one of the best lines in the country, bringing these young guys up to speed. First Joe's D-line, been very physical thus far. So I expect the Bosco line to be very prepared because that's Chuck Granatel going line. The part that no one's talking about right now is the fact that Danny Sabella owns Tony Carthage Field. When the day they dedicated that field to Tony Carthage, Danny Sabella christened it with a blowout win at St. Joe's. And
at Joe's?
Yeah, and hasn't lost there since it's been called Tony Carthage Field. Mr. Sabella is probably the best coach in North Jersey. This is the same guy that walked the Bosco team into Bergen Catholic last year and boat raced them at Bergen. Don't have half the guys Bergen has. Just like they might not have the guys that Joe's has right now. And with that said, I got Bosco.
Keep it a buck. We here in the studio.
A lot of these offers don't be that real, so it's not committable.
That feel like when everybody's getting their turn and it's not yours. What they call you? The Godfather of New Jersey.
Powerful man. I ain't gonna brag, but that's what they said. I ain't say that.
Good evening. We're here for another episode. You know, we got some shakeups in the rankings. Got a lot of upsets. Things we didn't really expect to go down. I made my apology on Twitter, but I'll do another one formally. But we're going to kick it off with the new rankings, right? Because now we're into week 3, right? Things are going to start to shake out, especially after this week. But we got a little idea of, you know, the direction things are headed in. So, T, take us there. Tell me what we got.
Okay, so our number 1 team is going to stay Bergen Catholic.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Y'all said that game was going to be a little tight.
Yeah, so initially it kicked off actually going into the second quarter.
Second quarter, like 6 minutes.
3-0, right?
Yeah, it was 3-0 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter.
You know what happened?
What happened?
Quarter time.
Quincy Porter.
So what they did was, and this is hats off to the Bergen staff, right? They moved Quincy. You know how DePaul like to move? That's that brother thing, that Campanelli thing. You know what I'm saying? They used Quincy the same way DePaul used Dez. They moved Quincy in the slot. They found a matchup on the safety. The safety was like, he couldn't hang with Quincy coming out his breaks. Had that, whatever he wanted coming out his breaks. And the kid had like, what, four catches?
4 touchdowns.
4 receptions. I think he had like 4 receptions for like almost 200 yards.
It was 183 yards. I know he had 4 touchdowns. So,
yeah, that opened it up, man.
As far as his receptions, I'm not sure. He had one like 78 run. He had one 56. It was just. It was just.
He gave you that type though.
Yeah, he showed up when they needed him to show up, and I always say that's the big time players. You know, make big time plays in those moments. You know, but what? Not to slight Iona Prep at all, right? Iona Prep won last year. They beat Bosco, so you know me thinking they coming back. You know. With beating Bosco and now it's Bergen, you know, they're trying to prove something, right? So I gave them a chance to make it a tight game. It actually turned out to be a boat race, right? And also I'm gonna tell you that I was still dealing with the trauma of last year when they beat Bosco. DePaul got choked out by stepping at. You remember the New York teams came over here and made some noise. And then years ago, Ehall went up to St. Peter's Prep and only lost 21-0, right?
Yeah.
So I still had those things on my mind, and I felt like those programs had taken the next step. They got their face beat in all across the board this week. I'm sorry, New Jersey.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because it was bad. What was the final on that?
38-7.
38-7. I mean, I think the freshmen played in that. But speaking of that, what I want to talk about is the new addition, Jermaine Kinsler, right? So I had been up to Bergen Catholic watching the practices and stuff like that. I knew Jermaine Kinsler is a basketball player that's making the transition, 6'6" kid making the transition to football. And I can see that when I was up there. I'm like, all right, maybe next year is his year. I'm going to tell you right now, the kid is growing. Not physically, he's growing in the terms of his game. He's growing like a mutant. I mean, like every day seems like a year. Because what I saw from him Saturday against Iona Prep, I'm like, whoa, this kid is going to be somebody you got to put on a scouting report come playoff times.
Wow.
You know, so, shout out to you.
My man Jordan. Jordan, he had a pick, a nice one on the sideline. He had a big day.
Picks, I'm going to talk about picks, but go ahead.
How my guy Kyle Sanders do?
What you got?
What's what happened, Kaj? He did okay. They did a lot of it. They did more of a passing game.
Mujahid
Mujahid
So their offense
something.
really,
It wasn't
outside of Quincy, wasn't enough to happen.
It was really truly a passing game.
That was my guy, 99.
So but what I would say, okay,
Sorry.
go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
So the offense sputtered. Like again, for that it was 3-0 going in the first half, and again they was trying to find their way and things like that. And then they found Quincy Porter, which started to open up things for everyone. But Bergen's run game really needs work. You know, I watched against Red Bank Catholic, I watched against Iona Prep, and we're going down to Florida this Thursday. In order to beat that team, we're going to have to play New Jersey football. And you know what New Jersey football is. What do you call it?
Downhill Records.
Downhill Records, Pound Town. You got to take them to Pound Town.
Word, hey.
And that's that power veto like the run. We need to see that in full effect.
Yo, but
I would say Brandon
Gomez.
Gomez. That's what I was going to say. He got the interception. Welcome to the party, Brandon Gomez.
Yeah.
So we also had Naeem Parrish got an interception as well.
So that DB, like they said, somebody said, Bergen got the #1 DB.
It was on Naeem Parrish.
On the state.
Yeah, it was Naeem Parrish that made that statement.
They said that.
Sometimes we're going to see about that.
Right.
Also, it was real eerie though, right? Because it looked like deja vu with St. Joe's Bergen last year. So I thought Joey would give them problems, right? You know, I spoke to Kyle Sanders' dad, and I said, he was like, oh, they lost that quarterback. That quarterback's at Rutgers. He did a lot for them. I said, well, they got Joey. Joey can run. And he was like, you know, we're going to turn it up. So I'm like, all right, good luck with that. I'm talking kind of slick on the low.
Yeah.
They turned it up. And it looked just like last year. Like the pick he threw to Naeem Parrish was the same exact pick on the sideline right before going out of bounds. Last year, Naeem caught it with one hand. This year, he did the toe tap and caught it. But it was both ill-advised. Like, there's nobody there. Why are you throwing that? Take the sack or throw it away. Also, the Gomez one, I feel like he lofted it up there as well. So,
Hey, man, my boy Brandon got here, so.
but back to what we talked about last year with staying the course, right? I mean, last week when we talked about staying the course, if your name ain't one on the depth chart, just play. And if you do your job, they got to play you.
Yeah.
Brent Gomez put the stamp on that this week. Exactly what we're talking about. So he went out there. He's already started his highlight film.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So shout out to that young man for staying the course. He could have easily jumped ship, went somewhere else, and started with no problem. But he stayed with who brought him there, and look what it's doing for him. You know, get well soon, Chris Memo. You know, that opened the door for
the family.
yeah. So. You know, Bergen Catholic really, they showed that they're resilient. They're going to find a way to win. On the D-line, they was causing havoc. D-line, 3-man front was causing havoc. You know, whether it was EK, Elijah Kinsler, he was pressuring tackles in the backfield all game. You know what I'm saying? Kaj coming downhill, hitting, you know. Take your time against when you go out to Chaminade. You know what I'm saying? Don't be running downhill so fast. Make sure you take care of first things first. Don't let nobody get behind you. All right? So that's the #1 team, Bergen Catholic.
Okay. So, number 2. Or you want to talk about Chaminade? We're going to come back and talk about
come back.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll do next week.
All right. So, number 2. So, our number 2 team will stay St. Joe's. So, St. Joe's is 2-0. They went down to Cass Tech. And got the W, 49-14.
Clapped them. Got him out of there. My boy Rozzy had 2 tutties. Shout out to Nate. How many they had?
Nate had 1.
1.
Jimmy had 1.
Okay.
Jimmy,
JoJo.
well, let's not split over him.
Okay.
This guy, Jimmy, is putting together some sort of
Nice.
season. And nobody talked about him coming into this year because he was injured last year. He was injured. He was penciled in to be a starter. That's how Jovan Williams became a starter last year, because Jovan was going to play defense. He was forced to go on the offensive side when Jimmy got hurt. And whether it was down at the Christ School, toe tap, touchdown.
Beautiful.
I mean, he showed out, and then I seen it again this week. He's a name that I can tell is going to be, his name is going to be in the conversation when the end of the year comes and it's time to give out end of the year honors.
Absolutely. Pat Gresser, he had, so that came up 3 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown. So he had 3 passing.
He's doing his
He's
thing.
145 yards. So he's doing his thing. So each one of because JoJo had the block punt and he had a TD for that too. So
Wow. He getting it done on all sides of the ball.
Yeah.
Train also scored. So they
Yeah, shout out to Pat Grosser. I mean, I think that's the biggest difference with Joe's right now. If you watch it, you see the game, and you know other teams and stuff. It looks fast. When he's out there, it looks like he's in slow motion. Like he's not rushing. He's pressured. He's staying in the pocket, keeping eyes down the field, and it's just, I think it's settling his team down. And the scary part is he's still learning that offense. I'm real afraid of what can happen because he showed you that he can do it with his feet. He showed you he can do it with his arm, and he's a high IQ kid. And he's hitting every receiver. He don't have a lock on target like this guy, that guy. It's like who you want it, how you want it, and he's doing that. So, I'm interested to see if he can keep that up. I respected him. He earned my respect when he was at DePaul. But now he's in this level. He's traveling, and you're gonna have to see, the Bergens, the Boscos, twice. So you are what you are, and I'm anxious to see, how that's gonna work out for him.
Yeah, so I did want to mention that number 55, I believe his name is Khalif Canty, he got hurt. And so we just want to shout out to you, get well soon.
Yeah, he's a big time player too. That kid's like a 4-star kid.
So it was hurtful to see, but we wish you well. And so
you can't forget the punt block by Jameer Joseph. Jameer Joseph was the one who blocked that punt.
He blocked it, and Jojo recovered it. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Jameer. Keep doing your thing.
He had a pick too, right?
Not this game. He had one against Christ.
Okay.
So
he had the tough assignment of sticking Corey Sadler.
yeah,
CJ. That was interesting. They went at it. Shout out to CJ Sadler.
Absolutely.
Baller, man. Those guys had a few ballers. You know what they were? They were like the equivalent of like our Irvingtons.
Yeah.
With a bunch of Division I athletic kids or whatever. But I just think that this is their first time traveling outside of Michigan. Michigan had rules that didn't allow for their high school teams to play outside the state. And they loosened that up to where they can play within any state that touches Michigan, which is why St. Joe's had to meet them in Ohio. So this is their first time going out. C.L.T.A is a perennial power in Michigan. Sort of like before Toll upgraded New Jersey, there was things happening in New Jersey that we thought was phenomenal, and it wasn't such, right? Bosco kind of showed us how to play this game. Shout out to Coach Toll, the legend.
Shout out to Toll.
That was their introduction to high-level football, because they had some guys, but you can just tell that they never played outside of the state of Michigan. And now that they have, watch out, because I know what they're going to go do.
We got to. They still got dog walk. But,
welcome to Jersey football. So now, so we have a new number 3.
So there was a shakeup at number 3.
Yeah, so the number 3 spot.
Before you announce it, right? There was a shakeup at number 3. Who held the number 3 spot prior to this?
So the number 3 spot was DePaul originally, right? So DePaul they didn't have a week 0, so we will say that. And then they played last week, and they played Bishop McDevitt.
Bishop McDevitt.
And they took a L. So
we're not gonna skirt over that.
We're gonna go. Okay,
I mean, they got a name.
Who, Bishop McDevitt? Yeah, they won. They won, and they won their state championship last year, and so did DePaul.
C.L.T.A got a name too, bro.
That is
Get your name. You gotta bring your game.
DePaul clapped the C.L.T.A. And then look, what I want to say that.
How you know?
Because of the way Joes just did him.
DePaul, okay, how you know?
Because I seen how DePaul played Joes.
When?
Wait,
When?
Joe's on number 2 and DePaul's on number 3.
I know, but I'm saying if you watch when they play each other, DePaul plays Joes tough. Our
Since when?
Joes.
Since when?
Joes, what was the score last year?
Last year, final was like 38-36 or something like that. In the game that Joe's led by like 28.
matter.
Okay, but I get what you want to say. But let's point some things out. So you want to talk about the Joe's game, right? And then try to compare that to DePaul. Here's the difference. The difference is last year, Joe's was let's call it what it is, their sorry team, right? This is why I'm apprehensive about bigging them up,
They were
right?
a young team.
Okay, she says they were a young team. I say you are what your record says you are. Bill Parcells says the same, right? You go to bed a loser, you wake up a loser. So we're going to stay there. But that's last year. That's last year, right? But even with that, they averaged 36 points last year, right? Those guys averaged 36 points, win or loss.
Gotcha.
The problem was the defense gave up 31 points a game. So people are looking at St. Joe's now, put up these numbers. It's only a 10-point difference. You got kids that's been in the same system for 2 years now, right? The only newcomer to that is Pat Grusser. So last year, that offense that averaged 36 got their OC after, like, into the summertime. So they did no 7-on-7, none of that. They still learning that offense as the season went. Averaged 36. Same kids back. They gave 10 points on that. I would say that's usually what happens. You take a step forward. The reason why people looking at Cass-Tech like that is because the defense ain't giving up 31. If the defense gave up 31 and that game was a 49-31, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right.
So we really can't start comparing what other teams would have did. Hold on, I'm not done. Because the other team we talking about, the defense was prostituting out there. They was giving it up.
So
They went into the half up 35-20. You scored 7 points in the second half. What was the final score?
What was it? You said
42-46.
Okay, so what are we talking about when you're giving up the booty like that?
it was a shootout.
Okay, that means you did what?
You scored a lot of points and then you gave up a lot.
Exactly. You was bending over.
You're right.
So you can't say what they would have done against another team because you're giving up the butt like that. And then you only score 7 in the second half. So for me, and we're getting ahead of ourselves, we don't hold that. Because the ball got to come to the front of the congregation.
we gonna
You know what I'm saying?
come back around.
We got to come to the front of the congregation. Because I took the heat, right? A lot of people never believed that they should have been that high to begin with.
And you wanted them to come number 2.
And I wanted them to be 2.
You wanted them to
So I
come
got to take it out on you. I got to take it out on you.
My man, she gonna come back and fix that deal.
Now, I can show you my phone right now. I got Bosco guys and all of that getting at me like, yo, it's the same thing with the Paul every year. Why do you come out here? Why are you on this forum bigging up the Paul? And you know what I had to say? You right, I'm sorry. So the Paul need to get right. The Paul need to get right because I'm not letting them. We're going to treat everybody equally. We ride out on St. Peter's, right?
Right.
So we got to ride out on DePaul. We ride out on Joe's, right? People don't want me up there on the field because of what I say. You know what I'm saying? St. Peter's, I'm getting calls from people that are not feeling me. You know, it is what it is. We got to keep it all the way real and halfway decent.
That's right. I got you. My bad.
They laid an egg.
No.
So,
Moving right along.
I mean, we will say, since we said that much, that Des Jones did have 7 receptions with 180
Unstoppable.
yards.
Unstoppable.
Touchdowns. Amazing.
Unstoppable.
Nolan James had 18 carries, 111 yards.
Ooh.
So, I mean, Derek Zammit, that's how you say it,
Yeah.
right? 247 passing yards.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
balling.
I mean, 15
He's balling.
completions. So, it was a game for them to win.
Well, it was their game.
Now,
They
you
let
know
him
what?
off the hook.
Anytime you score that many points,
Yeah,
you're
you
supposed
let him
to
off the
win.
hook.
Yeah.
You up 15, and you managed 7 points in the second half. So we got. So what was the final?
42-46.
42-46. Okay. So McDevitt put up 26 points in the second half. They beat you 26-7. That's unexcusable at home. Unexcusable
Oh, and it was at home?
at home. So I don't want to hear nothing.
All right, you got it. So,
Okay, so we'll get back to them when we'll come back. So DePaul, you have lost your number 3 spot, and we are going to put Del Barton in the number 3. So Del Barton now has a new number 3 spot.
Del Barton,
coming, yo.
Del
They
Barton,
coming.
I don't play with Del
What did
Barton.
Deion say? We coming.
Del
Maybe they
Barton.
did.
Who they just shipped up?
They went out to Long Island
Yeah,
and
St.
St.
Anthony's.
Anthony's.
They checked
The
them.
defending state champions,
They checked
right?
them. I
So
said
St.
it.
Anthony's, they smacked over Iona Prep last year. They smacked over Stepinac twice. You get what I'm saying? So St. Anthony's is the defending champ, much like Bergen is our defending champ.
Right.
In New York, you gotta respect them until somebody in New York take it from them. Just like we gotta respect Bergen until somebody take it.
Yo, a lot of people, Del Barton got one of the top receivers in the state, man.
Now you giving me news. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, you gotta check him out. Farm, I forgot his name. Maybe it'll come back to me. I know he legit.
But yeah, shout out to Del Barton. I mean, like, not for nothing. I went up there, I watched them in their game scrimmage with Bosco. And the boys, they tough. They're a tough team. They're a tough, gritty team. They got some size. They got a lot of returning experience. And they 2-0 right now. So, respect to them until it's time to disrespect them.
Yeah.
And y'all know I'll be here to disrespect them.
And they got a nice schedule coming up. So
Yeah, but they be chipping away at guys.
yeah, I can see them. I can see them.
Yeah, I think I counted it up. And I can see them, like, running undefeated
for a little while.
for a little while. Like,
For a little while.
you know how you look and you say, like, where's the roadblock?
Right.
Kind of like how you made me break down press
Right.
schedule. Like, where's the W?
Yeah.
When you look at their schedule, it's like, where's the
Where's
loss?
the loss? Truly, I don't really know. Anybody can, but they can go 7. They can do a lot. So they won 34-13.
Okay.
Shout out to you, Del Barton. You have now the number 3 slot. So our number 4 slot previously was Bosco.
Was it Bosco? I thought Bosco was
5. Bosco was 5. Who was number 4? C.L.T.A. Pratt.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. There's
Hey, big shout out to the Dom and the record label, you know what I'm saying? Don Gaston and Death Row
Well,
Records.
stuck
called
to
Death
it.
Row Records?
Death Row Records, bro. Listen. Wow. That was very impressive. They dominated them dudes, bro. Like Seton Hall Prep didn't even look like Seton Hall Prep.
Curb stomp.
Word is
Well, let's talk about that, because there's a point where I say you don't look like yourself. I gave him a discount in Dublin and Ireland. We could say we want to say,
And we thought that they was gonna come back because they was gonna be angry from the Ireland game of the competition that they played against, and then Pope John took that personal. So when you see guys like Talik Hill, the
beautiful
quarterback,
game, beautiful game.
West,
The linebackers is flying around.
Tyler, Zach. These guys are sacrifices. These guys were once quarterbacks. Now they're linebackers and running backs. These guys truly did what they had to do for their team. And I love how Dom did that, including, he said he got this motto, I'm going to do it with you or without you, and he's getting it done. Remember, they already had this core of kids right here. And all they doing is showing the world right now.
Tom, you've been saying it for a while. It's gonna be their
the
time.
kicker.
So this is gonna be interesting later on in the show.
So
60-some yards.
it was a 52-yarder, but listen how it went down. He had 60 easy.
Oh, he had leg length.
Yo, listen, it was a 47-yard field goal. Orders bond, no BS. They called a penalty, 5, backed them up 5. The way he looked at coach like, nah. The coach like, punt team, he sent them back. Sent the team back and nailed it. I went crazy in my crib. I hit Lil Nas upstairs going crazy. We going crazy. Shout out to you, Jack, the Division I kicker.
Got to be.
Yo,
I
I used to be telling y'all, Pope John could actually win games if they kicked more field goals with this kid back in the day when they was getting smacked. Now, they able to punch it in now. Now they doing their thing. Their defense, Sir Paris and those guys are swarming to the ball.
Big test coming
Swarming
up.
to the ball. They have PC.
Big test coming
And
up.
they have
We're
PC.
gonna talk about
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna get
And they
there.
have PC. So shout out to Coach Dom.
Yeah, Pope
You getting it done up there,
John
Pope.
won 33-20. So Talik had 221
Had
yards.
300 all purpose, though.
So-
And he ran that kick. You see what he did when that kick returned?
Let us know.
He's by far the best all around back here right now. With his numbers right now, what he doing? He got that. He has to, by far.
Yeah.
I'm
I
telling
mean,
you.
we're 2 games in.
Hey, he's consistent. He's been consistent since he was a freshman. And he's been doing that to the Boscos, the Bergens, the Joe since he was
did none of Joe's.
I'm about to say, yeah, he played
Well,
Joe.
whoever he played against, he played against.
He did none to Bergen, he did none to Joe. Stop.
He ain't
Nah,
played
stop.
the games he's been playing.
As the kids would say, you capping. You capping right now. Come
You know what I'm
on.
saying? What I'm saying.
Reel it back in. You get carried
What I'm
away.
saying is, whoever
You
he.
get nice. We can leave that there. We
All
can
right,
leave
all
that
right.
there.
It's all facts. If you go look at his 9th grade highlight tape, right? It don't matter.
I seen him in 9th grade up at Joe's.
It don't as the playing the
Yeah,
varsity game.
I was on the phone with you. You forgot?
Oh, the freshman game.
Yeah.
You said the freshman game.
You said to go back to 9th grade.
I'm talking about what he did on the varsity team.
Oh yeah, I can't
So,
speak for that.
so if
Nah,
you
you know the man nice. You just
you
going
saw
a little
him-
far now
No.
because when you say all around, you got people like Nolan that's all around back as
That's what I'm
well.
trying to show you.
You got Speedy that's all
You saw
around
his
back.
numbers?
You got
I don't, but I'm just saying you
Yo,
can't.
you said it.
You got
Men lie, women lie, numbers don't.
All right, we're gonna come back next week with the numbers.
He ran a 97-yard kick return back. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I guess PC got their work cut out for him.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we gonna get there.
are you crazy?
We gonna get there. We
Bro,
gonna
they
get
got
there.
that shit is awful.
We gonna get there.
Yeah,
So
no, shout out to the
this
Bulls.
was Seton Hall. So Seton Hall.
Now let's talk about them though.
Yeah,
Seton Hall,
you have
Seton
lost
Hall
your
look
number
like
4
St. Peter's,
slide.
dog. Real talk. I ain't gonna even hold you.
What-
It looked like that game, like, see, they gotta be able to run the ball, then like the bootleg, like watching when the quarterback lean, just do the bootleg. Shout out to the receiver to my man, Julius. He was eating, but they gotta have more than just Julius. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I saw it. I ain't seen nobody else really.
I'm gonna go
get
back
busy like that.
to where I wrote on the ball. Defense has been non-existent for Seton Hall Prep. I hear y'all keep talking about the offense, but the defense went game. Y'all know I rolled on Joe's and St. Peter's last year. I'm big on defense. You can't be out there prostituting. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, and then I seen all these kids. That's what I be bugging about. Real talk. It's 1,000. Look at their team when they run out, right? Both got like little, like just a group. They doing like this, right? I'm like, yo, there's no way, little man, you getting in the game. Like, yo, why they so deep like this? And then the talent, and then the talent they got on the field, they still thin. They still thin.
I can explain that. So, Seton Hall Prep, like Pope John, is a very high academic school, right? A lot of those kids have aspirations of going to the Dartmouths, the Ivies, and all of that, right? So you got kids. Remember when Bosco used to have 120 people on the team, right?
Yeah.
You got kids that just want a letter because you play the varsity sport, you get a letter. That adds to your resume when you're applying to schools. So Seton Hall Prep upset some schools last year. So it's like the cool thing to do. Like I'm part of the football team winning. They might have 40 people next week.
Yeah, I see
You
it.
know, because like if they don't stop, like when they was out in Dublin, it was bombs over Baghdad. Like I ain't never seen so many slants go for touchdowns ever. You know what I'm saying? And then this week we come out and it's like at some point y'all got to be able to address. Y'all not defending the pass. You're not. You know, so there's some things they need to really go look at.
Hey man, Seton Hall, you know I love you. I give you your props when it is. When it's time to come in front of the congregation, you gotta come on.
They're on a bye week next week, so hopefully
They need that regroup.
They're gonna need that bye because Irvington would have chipped them.
That's saying a lot right now. That's saying a lot right now because they got to come to the front of the congregation.
I'll just check that. I'll check back that. That might be. You might have called it because I believe that's who they play next. Don't quote me on it. But they're on a bye week, so hopefully Seton Hall, you have lost your number 4 spot, and we have slid Bosco right into that slot.
Big Bosky out.
So Bosco,
Bosky out there. I think y'all had E-Hall.
we did have
They clap him too. I don't know.
Yeah, 31-6. Shout out to you, Bosco.
Bosco,
You did your thing.
Shout out to the young freshman freak of nature. You know what I'm saying? Makai Allen. That kick return was crazy at your size. With your position is unseen. It's like Makai Parsons type of
Let's talk
look.
about it, man. So you came in right off the joint and you pointed that out. This is a name you've been talking about.
Yeah.
One of my partners, phoned in today and said, the people of Makai Allen's family was upset because I wouldn't let you, shine light on him. This is keep it a buck. You don't get on keep it a buck because you was nice in youth football. You got to do something, right? This is why you often hear us say, welcome to the party.
Yeah.
So welcome to the party, Makai Allen.
Welcome
You
to the
introduced yourself. Now your name can be said on this show. Because you got to bring your name. Your game, not your name.
That's right.
Everybody got a name from youth football.
That's right.
You from Brick City, I'm from Spring Valley, right? If we sit on here and just name every kid that tore youth football up, come on, man, we ain't got no show. We ain't got no credibility with it.
Nah, you right.
Brick City is about credibility. Well,
Keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck. Lenny is about credibility. Like, my name, if I say something, I'm standing on that. College recruiter, you ain't even got to go look at the film. If I tell you the kid can play, then he can play. That's the type of pride I have.
The
I take
first
it
day
what
I
I
ever
say.
seen this kid at 12, he stood next to me. I said, whoa.
I get it, Nas. You sent the picture.
Whoa.
You sent the picture all around the world. Look at this kid. You know what I'm saying? We remember him. But you got to bring it here. Again, Brill tore Pop Warner up, right? Until Brill did it at Bosco, it didn't matter.
And then now look, he's wearing Jabril Peppers.
Segue. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to the young man, yo. Shout out to the young man for real. But, you know, all of you got to know. And shout out to Dante Kane, right? Shout out to his father. And the reason why I'm going to say that is because he jumped into the DM and he said, you know, hopefully Dante do his thing this week so we can welcome him to the party. He gets it. He gets it. Dante been tearing football up since 8, 9 years old. He tore a freshman up. But he knew his son got to do something on the varsity level to get welcome to the party. So yes, I'm going to cut Nas off every time he tries to mention a kid that didn't do it on the varsity level. I don't care if you killed JV, you killed freshmen, you killed youth. You got to make your name on the varsity. Welcome to the party, KIAB.
This episode is brought to you by Keep It a Buck Clothing. Stay true to yourself and what you wear, and keep it a buck.
Some people think what I do is easy, but they wrong. I'ma keep it a buck with you. I'm a different breed.
Come back! Oh! Move! Come on, work! Good.
Stay true to yourself and what you wear. Keep it a buck. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so day one, you took them.
Yeah, I took him definitely.
So how do you feel about that?
I feel great. I just know that Bosco wasn't going out like Willie Hunt.
Yo, I'm going to keep it a mega million. Yo, they curb stomped him. And where Brooklyn at though, for real? Like, I'm from New York, you know what I'm saying? Like, where Brooklyn at? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those guys, man, like, you came up over here and I'm watching because I picked you. I picked you because I drunk the juice.
Yeah.
And I apologize, boss. I drunk the juice, and about 30 minutes later, I'm looking like, why they got off the bus? Who let him off the bus? I think I see one kid still wiping coal out of his eyes. It's not even that long of a trip.
Yeah.
Packed him up. And humiliated me in the process of that.
Yeah, there was a lot of mistakes.
Yeah,
There was a lot of.
The first mistake was coming. I'm upset, bro. Like, I hate when I look like I look
So we
stupid.
walked up that hill. That hill's too steep at Bosco. Then we walking up there and get your butt whooped. That's crazy. They might have been tired from walking up that hill like, yo, hold up, who did this? Now why's the locker room down there?
Shout out to Bush.
Logan Bush.
Took him to Pound Town.
111 yards.
Pound Town.
Yep. So shout out to you. And so Bosco, welcome to the number 4 spot. You are now 1-1, and we'll see if you can,
Is Pope John move up on that list now?
We're gonna get there.
Okay.
We're gonna get there. So Bosco plays St. Joe's next week. We'll get to that shortly.
Okay.
So then number 5 was originally Del Barton.
Del Barton's moved up to the 3 spot.
Del Barton has moved up to the 3 spot. Paramus Catholic has now moved up to the number 5
Okay, then
spot.
PC.
Paramus Catholic is 2-0.
Paramus Catholic is 2-0. They had to win 55-0 with Hudson Catholic.
As expected.
Yeah, we all took PC.
Again, right, but we got to give it to them until somebody say they don't deserve it, right? We've always championed PC, right? But we got a matchup coming up soon.
Yeah.
We got a few matchups coming, but until that day, 55-0 is impressive. You know, I get it. You know, Paramus Catholic is kind of going through the same thing that St. Joe's is going through right now. Nobody's impressed. You're putting up these numbers and nobody's impressed.
Nah, they got to show me against this game coming up.
So and that's what I'm hearing. You know,
Pope John really own them right now.
Yeah, I mean,
You said that,
You know
yeah.
that. You know that.
Yeah.
They're 2-0 right now.
that's
Straight up
crazy
in the John
because
era.
Russo,
The John era.
y'all, Russo could have had that job. So you gotta show why you took
I think
this
that's
seat.
why Dom just keep winning all the time. Like, this is my job.
Show them they picked the right man.
They got the right
They got
man.
the right man. The man you wanted. You know, I'll be working
I
him.
told you I'm gonna keep dogging him.
All right, I
Now,
like it.
this that game right here.
I like it.
Right.
So you know what? Yeah, coming in next.
Yeah. So next is PC and Pope John.
And
so,
who's in number 16?
So number 16 is Pope John.
Ooh.
Welcome to the party,
Welcome to the
Pope
party,
John.
So who was in the number 6 prior?
The number 6 prior to that. What was the number 6 prior to that? The Barton?
I believe, yeah.
Del
I believe
Barton.
Del Barton was at the number 6. Okay, so
Del
that's a
Barton.
natural progression.
So yeah, so
That's
everybody
gonna be
is.
another good game.
So, but Pope John, let's go on that. Pope John originally wasn't on the top 10. We were going back and forth.
Yeah,
Bishop
true. They
Donovan
broke
Catholic,
in and broke in at
Bishop
6.
Pope,
Yeah.
yeah. So now they came in, took the number 6 spot.
Yeah, that was impressive. So let's see where they're going. I mean, that was impressive.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a new week.
From out of the top 10
But
to
this
number
is
6.
this is the PC game. This is a shout out to like my man Gerard, which is the twins' grandfather of PC, the boys, the guys, Xavier and Zachary, right?
Oh, okay.
So this is the time I always tell him, don't get hype, cause he want to get don't get hype, cause he be angry. He won't answer my phone call for weeks after that, boy. I be on him, I troll him, cause you know it's everybody feel like PC always gonna beat Edge out, Pope. And
Not Edge. They felt like they gonna both race him.
oh, this year?
Yeah. Last year it felt like that too. Like
Hey,
last year they looking at that as a fluke. I'm just telling you now. You know, new attitude, new team.
So Pope come into the living room.
See, Pope, let me take it. PC, I better spank him, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I remember.
What you mean by spank him?
I mean,
Like
dude,
clap him?
Yeah, clap him. Like PC's averaging about 50
Yo,
points.
is nobody here gonna clap Pope?
All right, well, you know, I'm just saying what they better do.
Nobody
Because you
in the
remember when
play?
Like
PC.
nobody's gonna. This Pope John team is not the same Pope John team of old. He really put his own stamp. This is his team now. This is not Carson team no more. He don't have none of that. He got his own group of guys now, right? Watch what I'm telling you. There's nobody's gonna dog walk them. They doing the dog walking now. They just cleaned up some little poodle stuff last week. No disrespect, but I'm letting it be known, and nobody had them at winning. So to see them play PC, I got to see that.
Yeah, that's gonna be really interesting to see. I guess we kind of that's that we went into next week in a sense, but that's gonna be interesting to see.
And there's some I want to rehash the old rivalry. There was once a rivalry with PC and Pope John.
Wow.
PC was living and Pope John went with the learning shirts, right? Trying to mock the PC crowd and all that. So PC, I'm giving you your fire right now. They own you as of lately. They was learning when you was living. They was teasing you guys for that. Now they come into your home field. You know, they're not wiping their feet when they come in. They plan on partying there. They got big body Nas co-signing what's about to happen. And I'm going to tell you, just like I was very upset to kick this off with, who I jumped on to start this?
The ball?
Yes. I'm gonna be very upset. I'm going to call you out to the congregation.
Only
I'm
thing
going to
I-
have to tell the people some things they don't know if y'all don't get it done.
So far, I mean, you said you were done with them if they don't do what they got to do this year. And so far, they handling
Nah, but
business.
you can't knock them if they take an L to Pope.
Man,
Like no, stop going off the names. Stop going off the name brand, right? And Pope is a good football team.
okay.
Absolutely, that's why they are now.
Okay, well, they got an opportunity.
Like St. Peter's lucky they don't play them.
They got an opportunity to show it this week. Kind of, you know how Del Barton had to earn their respect?
Yeah.
You know, Polk got to earn
Yeah.
it. You know what I'm
And
saying?
they came. They
When
did.
we say just keep it a buck.
We
We
give
bring
them
your
their
game.
respect because they came. They weren't on the list,
I agree.
and now they
I'm
came
not
in
saying
at number
keep it a
6.
buck, no. I'm just saying I want the public to understand. That's all.
So next up is number 7. Now, originally number 7 was Prep, St. Peter's Prep, right?
Okay.
Yes.
And number 7 is now Red Bank Catholic.
Ooh, okay, Red Bank.
They are 1-1. They lost to Bergen last week. We know that, but they played Colts Neck this week and they won 34-7.
Beach ball.
Town Ball. Town Ball Records.
Yep. So they're on a bye week. So after
And on the
this,
bye week.
right?
Come
So
on, dog.
they're going, do what they do and
Yeah.
get that going. So they still on there, even though they have the losses. They played Bergen. And Bergen's number 1.
That's the place where they play the best ball, right? Down at the shore, right?
Yeah.
Right. Short conference. So, okay. Next is Donovan Catholic at number 8, which is taking PC's spot. PC was number 8 on our original list.
Okay.
And Donovan Catholic is now the new number 8.
Okay,
They are
Donovan.
2-0.
Let's go.
They moved up from the 10th slot.
They moved up from the 10th slot. They played Long Branch, and they won 41-13.
Michael Thomas show.
Michael Thomas had 67 yards. Did what he did. They're also on a bye week. Who's playing down there? So that's that. So they will, I guess, stay in their spot until they play again, and we'll see how that goes. Then moving right along the way, our new number 9 was our number 3, and it's coming in at DePaul. Red Bank was our number 9 originally, and DePaul was our number 3. DePaul is now our number 9 team. And I mean, we spoke about DePaul already, the game that they had.
I tell you this though. If DePaul lose this week.
Okay, that's why we already kind of discussed DePaul and how they played this week. So now we're going to move right along to our new number 10. Our new number 10 is now St. Peter's Prep.
They still top 10?
They are still in the top 10.
I mean, they lost out of state.
They
right?
lost out of state.
We got to see what they're going to bring
And
into
they
the
played the
state.
Philadelphia Eagles, according to you. So
No, they didn't. No, they did not. They played they played the Frankfurt Chargers, like the Blackhawks.
Tell us what that mean now. Let's break it down.
They played the JV team.
So the whole game?
The starting quarterback wasn't there.
All right, so I know the starting quarterback and the starting running back didn't play for the most of the game. I was told that the starting O and D lines did play,
They
however.
did.
All right, so
And then the DBs played, I believe, too.
nah. Emilio didn't play like
He
that.
did. Oh, he didn't play like that? I'm sorry. I just saw the highlight. So he was catching the interception.
All right, what quarter?
I don't see the quarter.
Okay. Well, all for St. Peter's, this is their get right week. We're gonna talk about.
Nah,
Are they the number 10? Because I want to point out, if we threw the top 10,
One of the parents must have knew, because they were trying to up that score. And when they tried to up the score, try to get the score, they must have knew those kids wasn't playing.
Maybe they watched the show and then they knew that a call,
I said,
Lenny said they were gonna make a call.
in that score. And it still was like they still got Jerry Stackhouse.
Yeah, it was what, 42-0? You were right on the 42.
I mean, I feel like I was correct, man. I mean,
Nah,
I think you were.
it seemed like I knew something, right?
Something, right?
Because I said, yo.
You got the inside
You was
scoop.
right.
Nah, I didn't have admit that, but I felt like
I didn't even know that was a thing, but I respectfully, that was great.
Nah,
I mean,
it
it kept everybody healthy
safe,
and
whoever was
safe.
injured, you know
Now
what
they
I'm
can
saying?
come back into league play,
So now they come back with.
and they're playing DePaul this week. So St. Peter's Prep.
Can I point something out
Yeah.
about this week since we got to that?
Yeah.
So this week is an interesting week in the Keep It a Buck polls. And the reason why is because in the new poll, we got DePaul at 9, St. Peter's at 10.
Ooh.
They got to see each other,
They got
right?
10.
We got PC at 5, Pope John at 6.
Yeah.
They got to see each other, right? So you see some things is going to get shaken out real quick, right? And then we got Joe's at 2 and Bosco at 4. They got to see each other.
Yeah.
This is a good football week
this
in the
is a
Super Conference Red non-public.
Yeah.
So let's start from the top, right?
Yeah.
Let's start with 10. 9 versus 10, right? My personal opinion for 9 versus 10, like I said, I don't hold the out-of-state losses against St. Peter's. I think they played some tough competition out there, right? Yeah, you said.
In Georgia though? Georgia was alright.
Yeah, it was alright. Alright,
Come on,
yeah, it
dog.
was alright. I'm not alright. I try to slip on underrated.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You did. Now, the other one I give them that, even with the JV kids, St. Joe's is just real. You know what I'm saying? It's real. You feel me? That is it. I ain't gonna say that no more. Cause shout out to my prep family, and I just want y'all to know. Shout out to Sahaj and the Hassans and my hunters and freaks and everybody like drills and all of them over there. You know, I gotta shout them out. Big Body X, right?
Yeah, 'cause they know where you live, from what I heard.
Nah, it's family, Speedy,
Yeah.
those guys
Yeah,
like that. And the
yeah.
quarterback is definitely doing the thing, right? Everybody, 99, love y'all all. I mean, this ain't got nothing to do with y'all, dog. Now I'm microscoping it. You know what I'm saying? Just like I remember at a time when we was
he
in that
moved the pad
process.
to the side.
Nah, we was in that process of transitioning out. You know what I'm saying? And it was like a Twitter post like, oh, let's see, people running from this and this, that, and the third. And it's like, what are you doing right now? You making deals. Like, this ain't you ain't trying to buy a car, right?
Said, let's make a deal.
And that's what's happening. But salute to you guys, man. Good luck this week. You do got DePaul. I still have you losing to DePaul.
And what do you have on that?
So the way I feel about this game is, I think this game is like, it's a must-win for both teams, right? Probably more so for Prep than DePaul, and I'll break down the dynamics. Wow.
But if DePaul lose, wow,
Yeah.
they can't. None of y'all say nothing to me again.
Well, the only reason I felt like that initially before I went over it with the team this morning, right? And then I came to this conclusion. DePaul is not estranged from losing to the St. Peter's, the Group 4 guys. They're not estranged to that. They own Group 3, right? It'd just be a hit because coming in, maybe it's more of a hit to me because I really truly felt DePaul was the number 2 team coming in this year. So that's kind of like a wake up. You're still who you was. You get what I'm saying? And DePaul has to prove that we've taken the next step, right? And even though this might not be a St. Peter's team of the past, we don't know that because they've played out of state and played some. Their hands got calluses on it. You get what I'm saying?
They do.
So DePaul, if they lose, I think they're better to bounce back from it than St. Peter's.
Yeah.
If St. Peter's comes in here and loses to an 0-1 DePaul team, Group 3, everything they've tried to do to salvage this team's mental, I think will be out the window. Will be out the window. So I feel like both teams is going to lay it all on the field.
Yeah.
You can expect Big Camp to throw everything at them. Not just Dez, reverse pitch passes, everything. Because I think that they need this game.
For something that's happening right now, shout out to, because we talked about the Brandon Gomez and a lot of people. They got to have faith in everybody. It's the little guys. Give my man King a shot, you know what I'm saying? Play Julian a little more. Maybe something will come out of that.
Yeah, shake it up a little bit.
Shake it up a bit, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big
That's
game
what we said
now.
to Bosco, and look, they shook it up. They brought it home from E-Hall. So, when we did our breakdown on the week that they played DePaul, I said that Peters would win. And I'm going to stick with that. Prep.
I say Peters has to win.
Listen to me.
I'm not saying they will.
Hear
win.
my voice.
So shout out to
Win.
Ahmed. Shout out to Ahmed. Ahmed told me, because I said I had Peters, and then he made me see something else. He said, Lynn, Peters has struggled to put together a consistent drive all year. I need to see their offense score. DePaul doesn't struggle with scoring, right? They struggle with keeping points off the board so far, the small sample size we have. Prep struggles with keeping points off the board and scoring. But I said they got grown men over there. They got Xavier Miles. You know what I'm saying?
Speedy gonna go crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Then you got Nolan, right?
Yeah.
So look at the dynamic.
Nolan, right?
Speedy Nolan, right?
Dez.
Haas Dez, right?
Wow.
So like, yeah, but
Young quarterback, both of them sophomore
but
quarterback.
Derek is a little more steady.
Okay.
So now it's gonna be I think they both names is Derek, right?
No, Tyler.
Tyler. Okay, Derek and Tyler. Advantage Derek. He's been on the varsity. It's his second year. He's won a state championship. So I'm just saying that's must-see TV.
Nah,
Let's just call it what it is.
It's going to be,
That's
that's the one
If
that.
you ain't never watched two teams that was 0 for something,
I don't
this
feel
is the
like-
week. Because
I
they're
don't-
going to ball out.
I don't feel like Tyler is afraid of them. Not saying he's afraid of anybody, but That game he played like for his first start to go to Georgia, right? And then his second one was against the Eagles.
You right.
Like I feel like once he get with DePaul, you know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, here we go. More of my speed. Let's go. Let's play some ball. And he still got weapons around him. So
who you got?
I'm going with DePaul.
Okay. I'm going with Peters. Prep. I wish y'all the best. And you said, who do you have? It sounded like you was going one way,
like
time you going the other.
I had St. Peter's earlier this morning, and then the big homie dropped something on me, and I'm just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just being loyal to I'm gonna be very honest. I'm gonna be loyal to what I said in the beginning of the season, so that's why I'm sticking with you.
But they're gonna have to come to the congregation if
they're gonna have to come after this. Prep. I'm with them.
I don't know.
But go out there and do your thing. Like I said, every week it's a new week. Play your hardest. Like I said, every week till it's 0-0-0. Do not give up. And yeah, put King in the game.
All right, I'm gonna pick DePaul.
All right. Prep. You could make me a winner. Let's go. So now we got our 5 and 6.
5 and 6 matchup.
Paramus Catholic and Pope John. Now you kind of
break it down, Nas. I think you got the expertise on this.
I'm not going to bet against them again.
Okay.
I said that Seton Hall gonna edge them because I looked at it like I had to see them play, and watching them play, quarterback as good as advertised. Tyreek Hill, they got a group, so I'm going with in a dog fight though.
Yeah, that's what I see. Dog.
Yeah.
I see a dog
It's gonna
fight.
be another good game.
I just think I don't know. In a way, I still want to see who they got that's going to stop King and Massey. Like that's tough. Yeah. I ain't gonna say I think. I know they could stop that run game. I know they can get in their run game. It's just how can they run with their receivers? I don't know.
Kenyon. I mean, I ain't seen probably nobody else.
If it's only really Kenyon.
I think maybe Tino will be back, right? I know he played
defense.
There was another kid that was playing also. I'm sorry.
He's from our way, actually. James Daly. Daly's one of the fastest kids.
I'm going with Pope John. I'm going with Pope. Shout out to my nephew too, man, Catino, man.
Absolutely. Well, I'm going with Paramus Catholic. I'm going with PC. Kenyon, do your thing. Catino, do your thing. Achilles, do your thing for the big hearts.
Russo, don't hold this against me. I've been going with Pope. You know this. There's no pun intended. You my guy. I love you. So
you're going to take your L this week.
Hey, I mean, it's still good friends, so it's cool.
That's good. Who you got?
Let's see. Nas is just... So what I want to say is it's going to be a night game at Paramus Catholic, right? That atmosphere at Paramus Catholic it's nice, man. It's real advantage. It's real home field advantage there. So I'm gonna have to ask Nas, what type of kids are we dealing with? Are we dealing with the kids that can be there in the nighttime and not be distracted by everything else, right? Y'all sucks and like smoke, like are they mentally tough like that?
Wes Johnson is that dude, bro. Number 30. He's a father.
I remember Wes
and Tyler and all of those guys, man. Zach. It's gonna be a show. Sir Paris, number 42. Remember the name.
So all right, when Nas saying that,
these guys they amp for this type of environment.
I believe you. I truly do. I swear I do.
They waiting to show. And the dope thing is, they get this off of PC though. You see what I'm saying? It's like now. They're going to be telling the people, why y'all going to these schools? I should come to Pope John.
I agree with it.
Right now, they already got the Seton Halls. Why you go to Seton Hall? You might as well come to Pope John.
I chose PC at the beginning of the year, and I'm going to stick with them until they give me a reason not to. I feel real strange about this, though. I'm going to be real. If I wasn't being stubborn...
Nah, it's not a bad pick, though. Like, for real, like, no, all jokes aside, I could easily pick Paramus Catholic. I could say they got the bigger line, they gonna mold them down, they gonna wear them out. I could easily say that, but it's just the fight that I saw Pope.
Yeah, I think you on to something. But I'm gonna pick PC, but I really think you on to something. Yeah. So I'm just hoping Paramus Catholic don't make a lie out of me. because they're coming down to the congregation if they do.
Who we got next?
Who we got next? So we want to go to our 2 and 4. Yeah, because 4, right? Yeah, 2 and
Let's
4.
go.
So 2 and 4 is St. Joe's and Bosco.
This is
This is anybody's game right
the
here.
one. I agree with that.
TV.
And I agree with it. It's anybody's game.
I'm just on this one. I gotta roll with the Joes. I gotta roll with the Joes. I can't go against the Joes on this one.
And why is that?
I feel like if Morangi don't get it done, I just feel like it's always those type of moments because Bosco edged them off last year. So this is statement. I think Morangi on his statement thing like, oh, you feel like we need this? Nah, I'm that guy. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he's gonna have the troops ready. Now he's training the guys. You know what I'm saying? Training going out like that. It's the senior year. He's gonna be on some Gorilla Goon. It's his first time playing the New Jersey team. You know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna be on this type of time. And then I'm looking at it. So for me, shout out to Bosco because Bosco got my guy, Brick City kid that played defensive back.
McQuaid.
Oh yeah, Quay.
Oh, Dorsey.
Yeah, Marquette Dorsey. My brain be crazy, but Marquette Dorsey. I want to see that. I want to see the matchup him and Makai Rosenall. And then I want to see my guy. What's the little side? I talked about him last week.
Nate.
Not I'm talking about for Joe. I mean for Bosco.
Big City kid too, I believe.
He went crazy talking about throw me the ball.
Oh, AJ. Is it AJ Larkin?
AJ Larkin. So it's AJ.
I didn't see him in the football
see
game.
him.
I think that you got him in trouble. Because I ain't see nothing from him. So I'm like, Sabella must have heard you and like, yo, this my, because that's Sabella's program.
All right, but nah, so
I keep it a buck.
like him,
That's
Nate,
Sabella's program.
I want to see that. That's a good matchup, believe it or not.
Nah, I ain't no matchup for Nate.
And
I'm not
the
gonna
dopest
do that.
thing is they played together. It was on the same team.
Oh, really?
So to see these guys go head to head is a good one. But I want to see the big bro, little bro, Makai Rosenall and Marquette Dorsey. That's hard. You know what I'm saying? That's like Brick City on Brick City Crime. So I'm looking forward to
Makai
that.
Allen.
Makai Allen is definitely
Welcome
about.
to the party. So
I want to see that. I want to see, like, it's dope to see him to attempt, I ain't gonna say, let me take that back. Him tackling Train as a freshman and senior. I want to see this. I feel like Train may be like, come on, little bro. Yeah, you look the part right now. But
Well, the Bosco crowd is telling me that Train is not healthy. That's what I got from one of the Bosco guys.
oh
but-
shoot, so Makai Allen, that's a one-upper right there. And then no disrespect to nobody else, I could see him tackling the rest of the loop like that, like coming up not caring. Train sometimes you're like, that's Train right there. Let me get this good tackle in on him. You know what I mean? So that let me take a shot. So I could see him, you know, he got the size, he got the body for it. So
Well, they got hell of linebackers. Bosco, they got them guys, man. The Jaden, Jaden Thomas. You got Lamont Lester. Like they got some linebackers over there. So like, and they bring it. They downhill records too. So you know, it's a grudge.
He and Adrian versus y'all.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, it's gonna be
match.
interesting. I'm gonna go with Joe's.
I went with Joe's too.
I'm gonna go with Joe's. I feel like
Make me wrong, Bosco, so we can talk about this. Cause I want to laugh next week. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm looking forward to it.
silly. Yeah, Bosco, they threw a bunch of interceptions. There was a lot of things that I think that they both played good, clean. It's gonna be an amazing game. But I think that you throw an interception on Joe's, just know that like Jameer Joseph's gonna come down with it. So.
Who you got now? My bad.
Who you got?
Who you got?
So, you know me, I always look a little deeper into things, right? So we got to talk about some things first. I believe the matchups are great, like you guys talked about. Danny Morangi facing his old team, like he built that house at Bosco too. You know what I'm saying? Chuck Granatel's line, usually one of the best lines in the country, bringing these young guys up to speed. First Joe's D-line, been very physical thus far. So I expect the Bosco line to be very prepared because that's Chuck Granatel going line. The part that no one's talking about right now is the fact that Danny Sabella owns Tony Carthage Field. When the day they dedicated that field to Tony Carthage, Danny Sabella christened it with a blowout win at St. Joe's.
They playing at Joe's?
Yeah, and hasn't lost there since it's been called Tony Carson's Field. Joe's has beat Bosco up at Granite Stadium, but hasn't been able to win at home.
Because Joe's won last year.
No, they lost.
They lost to Bosco.
They lost by last year, but their last win is at Bosco.
Gotcha.
So there's some elements at play that kind of got me concerned, right? And then I listened to, the talk. I'm involved with a lot of forums or whatever. And shout out to my guy, Joe Mamone, who he pointed out to me, as you said, that C.L.T.A was Passaic Tech. That's what he said. It was the equivalent there. Shout out to my boy Quan from Bergen Catholic, who pointed out that C.L.T.A was Shabazz.
Don't say that.
That's what he did. Talk to him through the camera, right?
Don't talk
so
about that.
right now, I don't know if Joe's is really as good as they looked, or if they've been playing Passaic Tech and Shabazz as the rest of the state has said. But what I do know is that Mr. Sabella is probably the best coach in North Jersey. This is the same guy that walked the Bosco team into Bergen Catholic last year and boat raced them at Bergen. Don't have half the guys Bergen has. Just like they might not have the guys that Joe's has right now. And with that said, I got Bosco.
Okay.
The flip side of that, like I did for St. Peter's and I did for DePaul, if that game is not a dogfight, if Bosco doesn't make sure that game is a dogfight of 28 points or less, Joe's will hang 50 on them. And I'll look stupid.
Okay.
But I know Sabella, he's going to set hard edges, he's going to blitz the gaps, and he's going to say, those guys that y'all named, they got to beat us. You got to see Dorsey, you got to see Kai Allen, but he's going to focus in on shutting down the run.
Gotcha. Okay, so.
To be continued. We'll see how that goes. That goes down at Joe's at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
So now let's get down to this public school ball.
Public school ball, baby.
Okay. I guess we did kind of Bergen and Chaminade. I wish y'all not gonna break that down.
It's out of state team, so Bergen, our number one, will travel to Florida and play one of the top teams coming out of there.
Yeah, they won
in the
theirs.
country.
Yeah.
Chaminade's the number 16.
Number
It depends on what poll you look
Okay.
at. Max Prep, I believe they're the number 6 team in the country. 6.
So normally I normally say I'm Jersey, and it's just how I'm not feeling the energy I've been hearing lately. It's like when normally the people I talk to, when they talk about a team, they talk so confident, and no one seems confident in this game right here.
Yeah, I get that feeling too. Like I'm going, like you saying, the people, I'm going to put it flat out. Like when I talk to the Bergen guys, the alum, the parents, like I usually walk away from that like with a feeling of, they know what it is. I can honestly say that I feel like people mumbling. They ain't talking with their chest out. But I'll be the first one to set this off. Bergen Catholic, to win that game, they got to go down there and play Jersey football. You know what I'm saying? Jersey football is pound town, downhill records. They haven't been able to do that thus far. But I know Vito will get in those guys and they'll go down there ready, right? But here's the thing. In order for Bergen to win that game has to look like this. It has to look like Bergen's out executing them on special teams, onside kicks, onside recoveries, punt fakes. Bergen is living in their backfield, taking advantage of the Bergen D-line, because I think there's an advantage there. I'm not super impressed with Chaminade's running back. They got the best receivers on turf, period, right?
Jeremiah Smith.
But I think if Bergen can turn that game they can shorten that game, turn that game into a 28 and less point game, Bergen walks out of there, whether it's by a field goal or not, they're going to win that game.
Gotcha.
If Bergen doesn't keep that game to 21 or less, it's going to be embarrassing. It's not going to be a shootout. It's going to be a lot to a little. So it must be Jersey football has to be played. If we play anything other than Jersey football down there, if we think it's going to be the Quincy Porter, we go back and forth thing, we're going to get humiliated out there. It's got to be Vito Campanelli power football like he do. And then picking their spots as they getting you impatient. Your safety, they got All-American 5-star safety Chaminade. He's starting to peak because he's bored. Then they're going to sneak the tight end behind him or hit him up top. It's got to be stuff like that, bro.
Gotcha.
They played a team, not their last game, but the team before that, St. Francis, I believe it is, and the way they scored 14 points. They did lose, but they scored on the pass. St. Francis lost.
Okay.
I'm not
From
lying.
Maryland?
Yeah, they smoked St. Francis. They smoked their boots.
Yeah, but when they did score, they scored on the pass. So, I mean, maybe. You never know. Like, maybe you might need a little specialty. Pound town, a little jersey versus with a little...
Now that pound town, that slow the game down. You try to go fast with people sometimes. The boots be smoking late on there.
Add a little...
You gotta look like Chaminades are like Sagaro, right? The team out there in Arizona that they praise every year or whatever. And Bergen went down there and ran the clock on them, put a running clock because they're not used to physical football.
Yeah.
They used to that high line, bombs over Baghdad. Bergen said, come play in this phone booth. This grown man shit. We gonna, you know how boxing, they say, can you box in the trenches? Come do that. And they couldn't. And I think that's the same thing with Chaminade. It's just, can you get them to play that game? You know?
Gotcha.
I think it's going to be interesting. So, who you got?
I'm going with Bergen. I'm going down there. I'm flying down there and I'm repping Jersey. Like all the way. You know what I'm saying? But I can easily see them losing. But I'm repping Jersey. I'm going with Bergen. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Definitely, man. So good luck to Bergen.
Bergen. I'm going to go to you, the home team.
Yeah.
Do your thing. Dial that up.
Yeah. So we had Zone 6 been going crazy with the games. We had one big matchup, Montclair versus West Orange. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to my guy, Bubba Lewis. He carved them up pretty well. You know what I'm saying? And no one had Montclair winning that game. So when I see, shout out to his pops, because his father said it. His father said, look, he's going to beat West Orange, and then he's going to turn around and beat Irvington.
Okay.
That's what he said, right? And then hopefully now people can open their eyes and recognize this quarterback, this kid is the real deal.
Yeah.
Dual threat, like I said, dual threat.
What's his measurements?
6'4".
Ooh.
Yeah, 6'4", 185.
And he running?
He taking off.
What's his throwing stats been like?
Dropping bombs.
He went over 200 this game. He went 14. He had 14 of 19.
Oh.
So that was yeah.
So here's the thing, though, right? Last year Montclair went 3-6. They are 2-0, so they already almost got the win total they had last year. Maybe it's because this kid. I gotta see him. This kid y'all talking about.
Shout out to Bubba Lewis. Another person I wanted to shout out from that game is, I guess he won the MVP. It was David Thomas Rogers.
That's the receiver, right?
He had
that kid was balling. He was balling last year too. I saw Stern. Robbie Stern used to be the line coach at Joe's.
Yeah,
he said that kid right there can play at the Division I level.
So I believe he plays both sides. So he had 1 touchdown catch. He had 12 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 1 pick six.
Yeah, even in the losing effort, shout out to Miles Snead. Sack Master Flex went off. I watched him sack Bubba. I'm like, damn, that's a Brick City on Brick City crime.
10 tackles.
And then my guy Adonis. Adonis went off.
Yep, he had an 84-yard kickoff touchdown.
Keep doing your thing, man. Representing. Guys is out there balling. So shout out to them. Montclair got that all week. Smoked Asbury Park Boots 50-0.
Where?
Yeah.
They waiting for y'all, no? They waiting for Chappelle.
Right. Shout out to Rashawn Marshall.
Yeah.
He had over 200. He had 203 yards with 2 touchdowns.
That's their running back. He's a real deal. They're a physical, tough team. I like what we got going on. It's making the city real interesting. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. The city need that too. I like that.
Yeah. So shout out to Central. Central big win over
Newark Central.
Yeah, they played in the Zone 6 game. They clapped Hoboken. And And Barringer actually kicked up. They won over Passaic.
Oh, Newark is showing.
Newark is balling.
Passaic High or Passaic County Tech?
Passaic, not Passaic County Tech now. And shout out to Clifton. Clifton knocked off East Orange.
They seem to have East Orange number.
And the one we didn't talk about right now was, all right, I'm gonna say that for last. So shout out to Shabazz. They put the mitts on West Side like we told them they was gonna do. There's guys that be DMing me, calling me, talking filthy, but
what was the score?
58-6. And shout out to Jeff White.
Shout out to Coach Niles Oliver. Nice
first
debut.
win,
Nice
first
debut.
one.
Yeah.
And then like the band going crazy. It was just a beautiful atmosphere. So Jeff White, our running back, he's averaged over 100 and some yards every game. Tutty, Judah Pruitt, the Gaines brothers, got to give them theirs. Nas got his first tutty. And
Congrats.
Welcome to the party.
Yeah, Amari just grown man than everybody out there. It's
I gotta come to one of y'all games.
Yeah. Zay McDonald led the way with tackles. Our quarterback, Nas Smith, is another one. Dog is like 6'3", 175, 180. Get busy, dual threat, making a name for himself right now.
Well, yeah.
He's a senior. He gonna pop though. His numbers is crazy right now. And it was dope that we was able to put our backup quarterback in, and he threw a 50-yard bomb. A freshman. They yelling, he's a freshman. So we bring that to the atmosphere. Keys Hall is like the heart and soul of the team. Kid who been there all along, ain't letting nobody, like you said, not leaving. He stood his ground, and every game he get a pick and a touchdown. So shout out to him. And then Davion Porter, kid, he's just a freak, dog. You gonna catch him a touchdown and catch him a pick six.
So you named like 30 cats.
I'm just being honest with you.
Y'all got no business losing. That's what I'm getting at, man. Y'all rise the pack.
So we got Cedar Grove in the Zone 6 Classic.
Don't sleep.
Don't
sleep.
Cedar Grove is a good team. Everybody got us in the hood, got us expected to lose. So we played them right before St. Peter's played DePaul at the Zone 6 Classic. So if you out, get your tickets. Hit the link, get your tickets before you get there. Trust me, you don't want to miss that. And then last but not least, man, it's a sad day in Essex County right now. Because I had, and in North Jersey, you made North Jersey look terrible. And like Millville said, they had him on the chart. They penciled him in. They said Irvington got him last year, and they kept that in their head. And they literally smoked Irvington boots. I don't know.
I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
This is not the Irvington team I thought I would be seeing this year. Especially with all the big names and everything that they have. And especially with the coaching that they have. Something's just not clicking.
I think I know it's not clicking. I truly do. I put a lot of thought in this because Irvington is one of the teams that, like, they're the epitome of what I say on Keep It a Buck. Like, they force you to respect them. Like they built this thing brick by brick, piece by piece. You watch it get built, right? And then there comes a point where you build this monster, and you got to feed the monster, right? Irvington built that thing with kids that was grinding. I mean, knuckles ashy, scratched up, right? Tough kids. And along the way, they forged this term, Irvington Tough. They earned that. Those kids earned the right for that. And then the championship came, right? But then along with that comes bandwagon, for lack of better words, right? You know what I'm saying? And that's like, now you built it. You got the 6 different color jerseys. You got the nice logo on the wall. You got the colleges coming. Kids that wouldn't look at you before now want to come because they want to get on the bus, right? Mm-hmm. But they ain't proven that they Irvington Tough, right? Mm-hmm. So Irvington Tough to me is I saw those kids that built it and then the kids that followed right in line, right? Now Irvington got a bunch of Division I kids, a lot of transfers coming in, and I watch as soon as they come in, they hashtagging Irvington Tough. You ain't earned that right. And I don't know if Smoke and Nemi and them are conscious to the fact of what Irvington Tough really meant, and those kids that coined that term, the work they put in to be able to use that hashtag. Because if they was, they'd have said, nah, bro, get that off yours. You new here. You got to get brought into the Irvington way, right? And that's what we might be experiencing now. An overload of transfers that ain't really Irvington tough. Not that they're not tough kids, but Irvington tough is the Irvington way. That's called culture. When you buy into a culture, that's how you win, right? When you get a collective of just talent, they're bringing cultures from all over the place. And then they throwing on a blue and black jersey, talking about Irvington tough. And what I'm seeing, 30-0, I believe.
That was at halftime.
Prostitution. That's not Irvington tough. That's not Irvington tough. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that I'm calling smoke down to the front of the congregation. And it could have been, but what about the first game? Right? So now we got 2-game body. Like, if it was just
Millville came from South Jersey.
And then the team that beat them, which was Camden Eastside, they go and get smoked out too. Right after that W. Wow. So now I'm looking like, whoa, what is happening here? Right? If it was just Millville, then maybe we give it to, Millville's that good. Although they struggle with Toms River, but Toms River's supposed to be real too. But Irvington is our public school big boy. Like, you know, I blindly picked Irvington. Because Irvington's Irvington.
Is the kid from IMG playing?
I hope not. I mean, he played against PC, right? And that's the thing that's worrying me about PC. Because Irvington was blow for blow with PC, right? PC go out to Cleveland Heights and they're in a shootout. Irvington getting their boot smoke right now, right? So this Pope thing might really be a thing now that I'm really, rehashing these feelings. We're pulling back some scabs right now and we're finding out some things. But I think the first thing that has to really be done is that staff, right? I had to fix the keep it a buck because this is that moment where I'm keeping it a buck. That staff.
I'm gonna say something right after this because you threw at one point. I ain't mean to cut you off. You threw a point when you was like one of the people you was talking to said how K.I.A.B. was like Shabazz, right? Mm-hmm. And then you got to take it like this. Shabazz actually played a better game against Pope than anybody, better than C.L.T.A played them. Mm-hmm. Being honest with you, so it may not look that bad, baby.
And K.I.A.B. is number 5 in the state. But yeah, go ahead. Don't let that
totally off the topic.
That wasn't. It might not have been a shot.
Good luck next week, Irvington.
Please, good luck next week. Get that together. So I did want to mention for the public, Orange. So Orange has a kid. He's a quarterback.
Yes.
And his name is Maurice Williams. Mm-hmm. And in his last 2 games, he's thrown for 702 yards.
Ooh.
Whoa, 2 games?
Yeah,
2 games.
He's official.
He has 5 touchdowns in the first game.
I think he threw like 6.
Yeah, 6 in the second game.
6 passing and 1 rushing?
Mm-hmm.
God.
Yep, 6 passing, 2 rushing, and 5 passing, 1 rushing in the first game.
Who did they play against?
They played Patterson Kennedy and...
Whoa. For all of my Patterson people.
7 touchdowns.
For all of my Patterson people.
Yeah. So
that's who they played, Patterson Kennedy.
Patterson Kennedy, yeah. That's who they played last week. So, and they won that 50-0.
Dang.
So shout out to you. Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, Maurice. It seems like you've been partying already, but welcome to the Keep It Up party. He said that's how you make way. Okay.
No, I agree. Shout out to you, young
they
man.
play Bayonne next, and
they're gonna smoke them probably.
Who Bayonne?
Yeah. I don't know, but it's gonna be a showdown, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in to the show. Keep it a buck.
Keep it a buck. Great football this week.
Peace.